All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. What's up, Justin? Good to see everyone this wonderful Wednesday evening. Our friend Jeremy is setting up his stage as we speak. He had a late night at work, hit a bunch of traffic, but he is with us. Let me ask you, can you hear me? Let me know that you can hear me because usually Jeremy tells me that he can hear me. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up or just let me know in some way. If you can't hear me, what's up, River Valley? Noah, Scott, good evening. Fantastic. Thank you, buddy. So good to see everyone tonight. Um, as I said, Jeremy will be with us here in just a few moments. We're going to do a huge recap. 2 weeks ago, we spoke at length about the huge. Excited about bringing it to you like the week before. Last week, we met at the huge, Jeremy's balcony, and we had Patrick Johnson and Cam were with us as well, hanging out on the balcony. And here we are to do a live recap of the huge. So as we get discussions going, you're going to have questions to ask, and that excites me. That excites me greatly. All right, Jeremy, where you at, old buddy? In the meantime, I've got a powdered donut to eat. Look at this bad boy. And don't get mad at me because I joined the gym this week. So kind of ruining it. But yeah, I joined the YMCA on Monday, and I went Tuesday. I went this morning, pumped some iron. I feel beastly. Look at them forearms. They were weakling before Monday. Now I'm a beast. But I'm trying to I don't know. It's not even like turning over a new leaf. I just know that as I get older, I just don't feel like I don't have a lot of energy. $52 a month to join the YMCA, all inclusive, every single thing, $1.25 a day or $1.50, whatever it comes to. And I get the sauna and the hot tub and all the weights and every single thing besides maybe the extracurricular classes, which I'm not going to take anyhow. So everything I want, $52 a month. I'm sure there are other places you get it cheaper, but it's like right almost like it's not out of the way for me. So yeah, this time next year, call me Fresh Schwarzenegger. All right. Yeah, jacked. Get all jacked up. Let's see. I got a text from Jeremy. Let's see what old Jeremy says real quick. Says he's almost here. Okay, so he's getting things set up. He'll be back on. Yeah, they do have pickleball. They set it up. It's an indoor thing, and they'll be setting it up. But yeah, we'll do some pickleball. My wife and I really enjoy that. She tweaked her ankle recently, so I'm hoping to get her out there on the pickleball court because that's the only way I'm going to be able to beat her is if she's all jacked up. So, all right. Hope everyone's doing well. Let me ask you a question. How's business? It's August. Almost it's late August, almost September. How is business for you? I can tell you here in the Midwest, business is slow. Business is slow. I literally, I'm seriously thinking about answering the potential spam calls. I mean, that's how bad it is. I think I'm going to answer the potential spam calls. I mean, like, if nothing else, they have a lot of potential. So, that's more than the other calls that I'm getting. Yeah, it's slow here too, Dwayne. And it's booming. Where are you at, Wild West? Where are you at, Washing?
Hey.
Jeremy, you just come in. Excuse me. You just come in whenever you want to, buddy.
I'm here, baby. I'm just glad to be part of the talk show tonight.
Hey, look here. Cody Smith. Let me just pull this up real quick. Cody Smith says, we just launched and loving it. Pretty busy. Where are you at, Cody? Let us know where you're at, my friend.
Yeah, Cody, where you at? What have I missed? Have I missed everything?
No, but we got a full house tonight. So A lot going on. Slow in the West Chicagoland. River Valley tells us that. What do you think about the lighting? I turned out the house lights, the room lights, and I just got my projector light here. I like it. I think it's a better look for me. You don't care, do you?
It's a little bright.
That's gonna hurt.
You got a hat, but we need to get a Mike's pressure washing hat.
So get this. In my video, I don't know who all watched my video from today, but I mentioned that I woke up this morning to a video hater, fellow YouTuber, give me the business. It's the only business I've had in a few weeks. And one of the things that he mentioned, and I won't use the same language, but he mentioned this blankety blank talk show that we have. And I ain't gonna lie, it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. I wear my feelings on my sleeve, so it kind of hurt. But apparently what that tells me, Jeremy, is that people are watching. Even the haters are watching. What about that?
Absolutely. They got to, man.
Well, they got nothing
get
else.
Get all the clicks you can get.
Mm-hmm. Powdered donuts for me tonight. Since I joined the gym.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to get this shirt out into the groups.
Fantastic. How do you do that, by the way?
So it's on. I broadcast it on my personal Facebook page, and then log into Facebook, and I'm just clicking share, and then I'm sharing it to all the groups that I can.
Okay.
So yeah. Let's see here. What we got? What am I missing?
I know. Nathan Binker. Mike's got too much.
The man with 3 first names.
Oh yes, the man. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Skyrise is in the house. He said, "Don't let those legs get too fat." Jeremy, we went to the Huge this week. We had a blast, didn't we? And met a lot of people.
We did.
We ate a lot of food.
We did. My friend, Shane Weber, Washpreneur. I love it. Funny thing, Sean, or Scene, whatever you want to go by, is I actually own the domain for washpreneur.com. And I just kind of have it laying there dormant for a future project that I'm dwindling in the back of my head.
Gotta keep something going at all times.
That's it. What's up? Yeah.
Got a lot in the house tonight.
Absolutely. Look at this guy. You need a job? You come work for me. You watched 8, 9 more booked. I don't watch much more than 10 or 15 houses, 10 or 20 houses a month.
Yeah, you have another job as well.
Well, I don't think I watch the average house either.
This is true. Oh, Scott over here. Oh, you just pulled it out. No, you're fun. You're good.
Oh, you're good. There you go.
Scott, you got a question for us, if I'm not mistaken. If you do, let us know.
Absolutely. What's up? Hey, it was a pleasure getting to meet Mr. Power Washing. Bill, I appreciate it. Thanks for the cool little pocket knife too. I like that.
I didn't get a pocket knife.
You were late to the game because you were in a class. I got the last one.
I was ever learning.
I got the last one.
Old Joe Maddox is in the house with us.
Joe Maddox.
Mm-hmm.
Dewey, we're gonna kind of talk about this year. We're going to dive into it.
Hey,
The
Joe
man with
Maddox.
3 first names is Charles Henry, by the way.
Yes. Joe Maddox, what were your thoughts on the huge? Feel free to let us know, and we'll throw it up there for all the world to see.
Yeah. Hey, if you were there, and whether it was your first time or your 20th time or ever how many times you've been, drop it down in the comments. Let us know. I'm interested. Let's share that. Let's have a discussion. Let's have a discussion, and then hopefully we can get this shared out some more, and then we'll see.
The question is, Mike, do you hang Christmas lights? Brother, I don't even hang Christmas lights at my house. Like, that's not true. My wife and I, we hang the Christmas lights on the tree. I don't do the ornaments. All I do is the lights, and that's it. So no,
Listen, I've gave him the perfect name. He just won't run with it.
Well, if you tell it out loud, somebody else will. Let me tell you, because it's a good name.
Yeah, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. It's perfect. It's perfect. But they can't pull it off.
Oh, yeah. Hold on a second. Look here. Dewey said, I met Mike last year on the last day and gave you the rundown of the Super Pump last year. That's right. And had you not mentioned that, I don't think I would have remembered it. So thank you for remembering that, or for mentioning that, rather.
Yes. Yeah, I'm getting this shared out here.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'll pull this up then. You do that.
Yep.
Question. He says, I've got a parking lot, to quote. He said, I'm assuming I can't use a surface cleaner. Oh, asphalt? Asphalt parking lot, I guess is what he's telling us. Is that true? Does anyone have? Yeah, I've used surface cleaner on asphalt before, but ball valve rinsing is probably going to get you the same result, but maybe not as quick. Talk to me, Jeremy.
I'm guessing, what's the scope of cleaning? What's the condition of the asphalt? What are you trying to do? Are you rinsing it off? I think if you're going to clean with a surface cleaner, I think maybe change it out to 40-degree tips. I don't know if you've got one of those adjustable pressure gauges like the Craig Harrison valve. That's what I call it, the Craig valve. You could turn the pressure down, and you're still going to get the flow underneath because it's bypassing into your surface cleaner, that like a dump tube. I don't really know what you're cleaning, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. I have cleaned like about a 10 or 12 foot wide driveway that was about 500 feet long. And let me tell you, it sure did suck wanding that thing because it was new construction. And I know this man, I'm pretty sure right here, has cleaned blacktop with his Beast, maybe, I think. I'm sure it would be extremely fast cleaning some blacktop with that, rinsing it out. But I don't see any problem with using a surface cleaner on it as long as it's depending on the situation.
Nick says that the huge was a huge bust.
Yeah. I saw you, Nick. I know I didn't really get a chance to have a good conversation with you. It was just, I feel like it was I won't say conversation overload. That's not what it was, but lots of conversations this year.
So here's my take on that. Nick, I don't know that I disagree with you. I think it's, obviously that's Nick's opinion of the huge.
Yeah.
So I think that's really, Nick, thank you. That's a great starting block for us to have a conversation on, was the huge worth it? And someone's going to ask that question if they haven't asked, was it worth it? And we have to ask, what are the its? Was it worth it? Was what worth what? And so I'm interested in what others might have to say about that. Nick has the opinion that it was a huge bust. And others I've talked to said it was the best thing since sliced bread. So, I don't know. It's just depending on what you're wanting and what you're looking for. Excuse me, I'm over here belching.
Yeah.
Real quickly, I just want, before we get too far into that, Sterling Wash, Mike asked, did Trudy get a hold of you today? She left a message, and unfortunately, I was putting things together for the podcast and was not able to return her call, but I will. I don't know. I saw a picture today, and it looked like the entire auditorium was full. I don't know. I don't know what the attendance was, but it did.
I do not
seem
know
to
the
me-
attendance number either.
Yeah, I don't know the numbers. But Jeremy, it did seem to me that the showroom was quite empty. There certainly wasn't as many people there. Now, it was also more open than it was last year. So maybe that's what I'm considering or thinking of when I say that it was empty. Perhaps that was the problem. But it seemed like last year there was a lot of elbows to elbows. Anthony said first year, but
so here's my thought on the attendance is it seemed lower than previous years to me. Like I said, the expo, the showroom seemed a bit more bare than normal with some of the layouts. I don't know if it was just laid out more efficiently, but I noticed that there was no drone companies there. The little robotic surface cleaner group, they weren't there. There was some just some different people that I didn't see that I've seen previously. So it just didn't seem the same, and I don't know what the reason for that is. Remco was set up there this year, yes.
Dewey asked, was Rimco set up here? They were. Yes, Rimco was there. I had a good talk with them about their warranty. So yeah, it seemed like there was a lot. It was just a lot less, a lot fewer vendors than in years past. Now, if we have any vendors in the room with us tonight, maybe you can tell us why that might be. Is it just overpriced? Is it a cash grab? What's going on with that? Bad time of the year? Sales are down? I'm not sure. You tell me.
Share this, John. Yeah, I did see Jonathan's video. Their enclosed trailer was broken into and a bunch of machines were gone. I am surprised by that. And I'll say that I am surprised by that because I had 3 slim water dragon tanks in the back of my truck for 3 days. Mike, Thursday, no, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning. And then at one point, I made a purchase while I was there from C3 Skids of a 6.5 foot or 6 foot skid, and we just loaded up into the back of the truck, and the tanks were in there as well, tailgate down, and I had no issues on site personally. So I don't know.
Well, I had my brand new 8 GPM machine sitting there for anyone to take, but you have to be able to get into the parking lot to do that. So what we know is that it most likely was a pressure washer who stole this equipment, because you got to be in there to be able to do that. So whoever stole this stuff has a trailer with them. You see what I'm saying? Like, they were able to get rid of the items and steal the items and take them with them. So you'd think all that would be on camera.
Yeah, you would assume that. I know, and this has been a conversation that what Dewey is saying. Atlanta was much better than Nashville, but he sees them pushing more west or north for the next huge. So a lot of people has referenced maybe the low turnout for the third year being in Nashville. Maybe they need a new venue, a new change. I don't know. I personally like Nashville. I think there's a lot to do. I think the airport's pretty close to the hotel. There's a lot to do inside there. It is expensive inside there, by all means, but per a source that I had seen a discussion with, which is one of Mike's contacts, Chastity, is that her name, from Jay Raystein? Jay Raystein? Charity. Someone had mentioned it, and she said that she had been told, and she is a vendor, that it will be back in Nashville next year. Okay. I did see her comment on that. So who knows? That is just coming from someone who was set up and is a vendor with Jay Raystein.
Yeah. Mike says, hey guys, you see lots of guys always bragging about how good they do, and I want to announce I'm having a 4-year low. I take the blame. Hey man, you're stepping out there to tell us that you're taking the blame. Appreciate your humility.
Yes.
What changes do you need to make? Because it might help the rest of us.
I'm glad you brought that up, Mike, because or Michael, because a lot of people thinks it's all fame and glory, and but it isn't. It isn't that way at all. Like I know there's high highs and there's low lows in this business, and thanks for being vulnerable enough to share that.
Yeah.
Hey, my friend, it was great meeting you guys too. I was very excited. How's the weather up in New Hampshire? Let's see here. Well, do you have any points you want to share about
I do.
Your experience?
Yep, I do. Take over. I forgot to get my notepad. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Well, while he's there, I went to a pre-show class. I've never went to one, so what that is the day before the huge starts. There's sometimes 3 to 4 classes going on the day before, and they're usually somewhere around an 8-hour class, and they're a paid-for class. You have to pay to go. So I caught wind of the Christmas Light Contractors course. They had posted in there. They had a sale, like a deep sale, for $99 for 8 hours of training. And I took a lot of good stuff away. And plus I got a sweet shirt. So I don't know. I know some of you may be interested in Christmas lights. You may not be. You might not care. I know we're pressure washers and we generally talk about pressure washing, but some of us who are affected by winter need to figure out some way to bring in some income for that season. And Christmas lights is a great thing. And that's something that we're going to talk about in some future episodes coming up. We're going to have Donovan and Fred on. They're going to be in here talking about it. Donovan's open, so I'm assuming Fred's open about coming on too. And also Gage is going to be on talking about marketing for Facebook Christmas lights. But a couple things that I won't share everything. But one thing that I kind of took away from the Huge and a class that I was at was quit trying to sell the washing, the cleaning, the chemicals, the soaps, the smell, and start selling the customer experience.
Ooh, good.
Yeah. It's figuring out how to turn your clients, your customers, into raving fans. That's what we want. We want them customer experience. That's it.
My very first note was customer experience.
Yeah. And figuring out that system, or figuring out the right way for you and your company to have that experience with those customers that's really separating you from everyone else around where you're at. Going the extra mile, doing the extra thing. I mean, are you having, if you're doing quotes, are you having a presentation folder and giving them some of your information in that? Is it a nice folder? Is it, I know that sounds silly, but it's different.
Mm-hmm.
And people like things that are different, especially when you're trying to serve the higher end clientele and customers. You really want to make them feel that way. And what was I going with? Well, when you do that, I just had a side note. It helps you close more of those leads.
Mm. Yeah, especially the higher end customer, right?
Yeah.
Michael says, of course, my question to him was, what would you change? He said, my problem is I've lost motivation. And stepping up hasn't been as easy as it has been in the past. No, you're not a Debbie Downer, brother. Heck yeah, man. You're probably speaking for a lot of people. You're speaking for a lot of people. And what we know, Jeremy said it best just a few moments ago, that this industry has some really high highs and some really low lows. So all it takes is one big sell, one big wind to come your way to bring you right back in. You don't have to go to counseling yet. You don't have to go to a 12-step program to get back on the horse again. Literally, the wind could blow in your direction tomorrow, and you'd be like, "Man, I'm right back where I was." So don't count yourself out. The bell has not rung yet.
Yeah, you got it, man. You got this.
Let's just throw him back up there. He says it's good that you can recognize. Oh, that's Skyrise. I'm sorry, and he's speaking here to Skyrise, to Sterling Watch rather. I'm sorry. He says it's good that you can recognize what's wrong. You can work to fix the situation. Yep, I agree. Absolutely, 100%.
And in case you guys are wondering who that is, that's Patrick that was on last week with us at the Huge.
That's right.
Let's see here.
Interesting. So here's the question that Scott was. I knew Scott had a question. I knew it, man. Yeah. I mean, like, I just knew it. And the reason I knew it was because he texted me earlier today and told me. So he says, I have a roof wash this weekend, Jeremy. And guess what? It's Galvalume.
Oh.
Just wondering if anyone knows any secrets that they want to share. It's not very dirty. I would do a test spot with anything that you want to do, but do not use SH. Do not use SH. You're done if you use SH.
So you want to know what's crazy about that is I think Nick's probably already gone. And if you're not Nick, chime in. I know he goes to bed early. I was surprised to see him on here. He cleaned a Galvalume roof a month ago, 2 months ago. And he didn't smoke it. He didn't do anything to it. And I have seen guys clean these. But I'm just not going to do it.
I'm not
touching it. My best advice to you, Scott, is not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it.
Yep.
Take it how you want to, but there's just some things in life that is not worth doing. And to me, Galvalume roofs Galvalume anything is on that list.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'm going to put a GALV beside your name in my CRM and do not answer when you call.
That's great. Well, I got to tell you this story, and Scott didn't know this, but I was in the pool today, and he texted me. He said, I've got a question tonight about Galvalume. Be looking for it. Like I thought when I was in the pool, barely keeping my eyes open, I was dozing off, and I thought, just run, man, just run. No need to ask the question. But if you're going to try something, that's okay. I would do a test spot. Just put something on a rag, rub it over into the corner of something in a inconspicuous spot. Make sure it's not going to turn, and then leave it for 2 or 3 minutes. Try it again. I hear you, Jeremy. I wouldn't do it either, but I was saying if push comes to shove and they want it washed, make sure you do your due diligence there.
No, they can't. They can wash it. I'm gonna be the guy standing at Walmart with a cup trying to get some change. Like that's where I'm at. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm still not as far down as you are on these comments. I'm trying to go through here and look at it. And Elijah, a few examples of customers' experience that either of you practice. I like to use different words. At least I think I use different words than most people. When I think about customer experience, you know what comes to my mind is Chick-fil-A. I love the customer experience at Chick-fil-A. So when someone calls me or someone reaches out to me, I don't ask how I can help them. I said, how can I serve you? That's always been big on me. It's service. Yeah. If it works at Chick-fil-A, why is it not going to work when I say, how can I serve you? Or how can we best serve you?
Mm-hmm.
And it's always when I'm done and they're thanking me, I always say, it was my pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yep.
You know, I just kind of wine and dine them. You know how it is, like when you got a girlfriend and she's kind of new and you just want to sweep them off their feet. You just kind of got to think about that with your customer. I mean, don't sweep them off their feet. I mean, maybe you got whatever, but
Chick-fil-A.
No, I don't want Chick-fil-A.
I want Chick-fil-A.
They're closed, girl. Go to bed. Don't know the
But
phrase,
it's just like
go to bed.
You just got to do that extra thing, that extra step. Think about it differently. That's my approach.
Well, I'll tell you my approach, which is just highly effective, I think, is just me being the hometown professional. That's my phrase. That's my slogan. Almost all of my advertising says, Mike's Pressure Washing, your hometown professional. And I'll break down those two words. The hometown, I think even people in Cincinnati and the bigger cities, they kind of want someone they know or feel like their grandson or their son is washing their house. And so that's the hometown aspect of it. But then there's the professional. They want their son to do it, but they don't want, or their grandson to wash their house, but they don't want him driving up in some hilljack truck. So I had a guy recently, a couple of weeks ago, Jeremy. This way he told me. He said, Mike, I found you on Facebook. And he said, I saw your truck. And I said to myself, I can't afford this guy. He said, but everyone in the comments said Mike's Pressure Washing. He said, so I thought I'd give it a shot. And he said, yeah, you were more expensive than the other ones. He said, but everybody else, I think he had two other estimates. He said the other people who showed up in ragged out trucks. So there's the hometown aspect. Everybody wants their grandson to wash their house, but they don't want him showing up in a jalopy, in bleach stained shirts, their hat on backwards. Hey, I'm just telling you, listen, I'm just telling you my experience is that my customers, they don't want my hat on backwards. They want me fully clothed, for crying out loud. Now, at some point, they may ask for me to remove my shirt, but when I get there, they want my shirt on. they like me for my legs. Oh yeah. What about this one too? I don't do that every time, but I have candy, the hard candy in the bag that fits on the door on the door handle, and I put my card in there. If I wash the house, but I did not wash the driveway. I put the quote for the driveway or the roof on the 5x7 card. Put that in there. It also has a link to my Google review. So yeah, you're right. I think that's just a little classy touch that they're not expecting.
I just want to say this real quick for everyone who's on here watching. I haven't pulled everyone up because I'm still trying to go through these comments. But if we met, we shook hands when we had a conversation, it was my pleasure to talk with you all. I appreciate it. And thank you all so much for coming up to me and introducing yourself. I really appreciate that. I enjoy it and I love it. And I really enjoy the fellowship and the communion and meeting new people and meeting new friends. So thank you for coming up and speaking to me. And if you ever see me out at any of these events, please do. Like, we're just normal dudes, okay?
That's right.
Two normal dudes.
Tell your wife to control herself.
I haven't even seen her comment. Like, I am like nowhere near the bottom.
Right there.
The candy man.
Candy man can.
I'm trying
Well,
to
let me, if I can I share a takeaway from the huge?
Sure. Yes.
I've got several. So if we've got time tonight, I'm gonna tell you some things that I would consider takeaways. I want to say, just for the sake of time, because I don't want people to jumping off and not hearing this. If you're here and you're in the room, hang out with us for a few more minutes at least, so I can tell you this. And I want you to get this. One of the phrases that was heavily used in one of the classes that I took was, your business is the vehicle to get you the goals, the dreams of your life, something of that matter, of that flavor. Your business is the vehicle that drives you to your goals. I took that another step further, and I wrote down, your business is the vehicle that allows you to make the world a better place, paraphrasing there. And so I got to thinking about something, Jeremy. So Jeremy, I'm going to ask you this question.
Sure.
This will be our what would Jeremy do? Okay.
It's been a while.
It has, and you have no idea what I'm saying here. So here we go. Jeremy, do you believe that Kentucky Wash Pros is the type of business that Corbin and all the surrounding areas needs to see? Like, it's a good business for your community?
Yes.
Okay. Would you say that there are businesses in your area that are just not good businesses, maybe even unethical, just negative, just not good businesses?
Just regular businesses.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Not pressure wash.
Oh, yeah.
Not pressure wash.
Yeah.
So that being said, I would say that Kentucky Wash Pros as a business practice is something that could be mimicked, and it would serve the community well. It's something that the community would do well to have more businesses like Kentucky Wash Pros. Would you agree?
I would think so. Yes.
I would. I don't even have to ask you. I just absolutely believe that.
Yeah.
So people have asked me over the years, Mike, what's going to happen when you retire? What's going to happen? And I've always said, well, I'll probably just sell my book of business. If my trucks are sellable, I'll sell the trucks. And one day Mike's Pressure Washing will no longer exist, and I'll ride off into the sunset. And man, I'm telling you, I don't know if there's a Holy Spirit or what, but I got to thinking about the fact that I believe that Mike's Pressure Washing is an ideal business in our area. It's what the world needs more Mike's Pressure Washing. And if that's the case, then why would I just shut the doors? Like there are lousy businesses out there. Pressure washing, dry cleaning. I mean everything. There are lousy businesses out there that are flourishing and they have the plan to keep it open forever, and they're robbing people and they're taking advantage of people and they're crooks. But Mike's Pressure Washing has this ideal business and business model and something that's good for the community. And in the back of my mind, one day it'll just be gone. And I believe it was the Holy Spirit that told me, if Mike's Pressure Washing is the type of business that this world needs, then I need to do everything I can to make it grow.
Right.
To make it bigger, to make it last longer. And I'm really giving that a lot of thought, because at one point I would have said, it'll be over with, and it was a nice wave that I rode as far as I could, but I'm done. And I may sell it, but if I sell it, I want it to be something that that someone of my caliber would say, I want that business and I'm going to run it just like Mike, if not better.
I got you.
That was a huge takeaway for me.
Yeah, it was huge. That was a big one. That's a big one. Seems like my wife has a question, Mike. I'll let you answer this one. I know where this is coming from.
No, Amanda, it's not normal to charge for estimates. Jeremy, would you like to explain this one for us?
Okay. Give you a little bit of background here. We've done a lot of work to our house. Just recently got the whole thing painted. So one of the two things to do: stain our privacy fence and put landscaping in. We have zero landscaping because I refused to do it until the house was painted. And we bought the house 4 years ago. This house has been a total remodel. So now we're at the landscape part. So I don't really want to do it. I could do it, but I don't want to do it. And I'm probably going to end up doing it anyways. But she decided to get a couple estimates, or I don't know, 2 or 3. I'm not sure who she's talked to. I don't really know. But one guy come out, talked to her, talked about this, and then he came back out with I guess another worker, and they got all these measurements. And this was before we left for Nashville. And meanwhile, the conversation has just been nonchalant. Yeah, we can get that estimate for you. We can get this and that. We'll send you a rendering, a drawing, a design. And then I guess this was yesterday. She sends me a screenshot, and it was more or less, hey, this is so-and-so. I was working on your design, and I may have forgot to let you know that there is a design fee of $100. And you have to pay, that's, before we can give the design. But even if you decide not to go with us, you still get to keep the design, this and that. And I'm like, okay, it's $100. Not like that's breaking the bank, but it's $100 that you don't have to spend. But the problem to me is that should have been led in the initial conversation.
Yeah.
Like, hey, yeah, we would love to get you an estimate. However, when we come out and do our inclusive or some big fancy word design, there is a design fee of $100. That just kind of covers, the time that we're investing in the design. And I understand that. But however, you will get to keep, whether you decide to move forward with this project with us, the design is yours to keep. And if he would have said that from the very beginning, I don't think there had been any doubt that we probably would have just been like, okay. Yep. However, I don't charge designs to do holiday designs, for Christmas lights.
Well, maybe you should.
Maybe I should.
And your business will go out of business.
That's what she said.
Well, it's funny because on our trucks, I don't do this, but on our trucks, on shirts, advertisements, people will still have free estimates. Like,
I
doesn't
feel like that's a
everyone do
given.
a free estimate? Well, it is a given, but I have people regularly, mainly older people, who will ask, "Do you give
Same
free
here.
estimates?
Same here.
Do
Yeah.
you give free estimates?" Like, no, charge for it. Of course, it's free. Well, any more takeaways for you? Because I have some more.
Oh, someone had, yeah, I can't, I can't find it. I want to go back through some of these comments because I'm missing so much. Uh, Michael said this: "What speaker left the biggest impression on you?" Um, Wesley Bloom. I've heard him a couple times. I don't know his numbers. He didn't exactly say his numbers, but here's a pressure washing dude who started literally in college with a Durango and some broke down pressure washers, right? He's in Atlanta. You can look him up. Wise Guys Pro Wash. Beautiful brand, beautiful company. Uh, very systematic looking when you look at it. He serves a really small area in Atlanta, but he's doing like over 1 million in profit. I'm talking profit. We're not talking profit. He said profit.
Yeah,
not revenue. So I really like what he said. He's 29.
Mm-hmm.
29. And it was more of minimal changes for massive results. And some of it was just so simple. And what I really liked about Wesley is he was one of the, not the only one, but one of the few who wasn't trying to sell you something.
Yeah.
And I get it, man. You're there, you're speaking, you're pitching. I get it. But when it's every single time, it just gets to be so much. It's like, we're coming here to learn. Like, give us some real hard stuff that we can take home and we can implement it today. Like, I don't want to scan something. I don't want to have a 30-minute call and then pay a fee and to do like, just give me something that I can use. And what I really liked about what he said was, he said, "I'm not a parent. I don't have a child. I don't have, a human child." He said, "But I look at my business as my child.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to ever take away from my business to benefit me more than it." I was like, man,
that's meat.
That's meat because he wants to grow. He wants it to grow. And I thought what was so cool is, here's this guy who's, I don't know what kind of salary he has, but I told you what kind of numbers the business is doing. And he's still driving like that 2004 Dodge Durango.
Mm-hmm.
It's untelling what he just could go out and buy, but it's the way that he looks at it.
Well, and if I could take that a step further, he
please.
What was so amazing about that, and I agree with you. He was definitely a huge takeaway for me. But the original name, if you'll remember, of his business was College or
College Student Pressure Washing.
College Student Pressure Washing.
And his logo was a student with a pressure washer spraying like a chain with a ball, and it said student loan debt on the ball, and it was like breaking the chain.
That's it.
I liked it.
That's it. Yeah. So he was original from the get-go. And by the way, you failed to mention this. He has 20 trucks.
Yeah,
20 trucks.
And I don't remember how many employees he had.
And sales vehicles as well. 20 trucks and sales vehicles. He's 29 years old. Now, someone out there is going to say, "Well, I don't want all that." No, here's the thing. He can always get less. He can always do less. So we're not telling you to be impressed by how much he's doing. Just be impressed with the fact that he's doing so much that if ever he doesn't want to do so much, he certainly can. Whereas most of us are striving just to get a little bit further than we are right now. So hats off to Wesley Bloom. I really enjoyed him.
Yeah.
Now, I had a great takeaway from Howard Partridge. Now, I paid $150 for that class, and I got the work booklet, and I got lots of meat in here. One of the things, here's a takeaway that I got from Howard Partridge. He said, think of your business. Guys, this is good stuff. Listen up. He said, think of your business like a hotel. And if your hotel had 100 rooms, 100 beds, and 75 of them were full, but there were 25 vacancies. He says, as a worker, you might be thinking, that's good. I don't have to work so much. As an owner, you're thinking, how can I fill up these beds? How can I fill up these rooms? And he said, so take your schedule, take your calendar, and ask, how many work days do I have available to me? Now, you're going to have things like vacations. We know that. That's factored in there. There are holidays. All those things are factored in there. But how many legitimate work days do I have? A worker may say, I don't want to work all those. But an owner says, I want to do everything I can that there be no vacancies in my schedule. And then that is your goal, is to work every single day. And if you can work every single day, you will. It's actually working every single day that helps you to determine what your goals should be. Now, I'm adding that in there, but you can't really have legitimate goals if you aren't planning to work every single day, unless your goal is to see how few days you can work. But, and by work, we mean the business out there doing business. But once you have worked every single day that you could possibly work, then you can determine legitimate goals. Before that or otherwise, you just simply can't do that. So huge takeaway. Now what I'm doing is, and I do that every year regardless, Jeremy, I sit down with my calendar and I see how many days did I work, but I've never sat down and determined how many days can I work. Huge takeaway. Huge. Now I'm excited to go through the calendar and see how many days can I legitimately work. Try to fill all those beds, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoyed it. I didn't even get to listen to Donald Miller, and he was the keynote speaker. I got busy in a conversation and totally missed the whole story brand thing.
He was good. I got to enjoy it. He was good. It was good.
Yeah, I wish I could have heard that one. Yeah, this seems to be a reoccurring conversation, reoccurring theme of most people have said, even in some groups and stuff of that nature. And I'm sure, I'm not sure. Maybe this will get back to them. I'm not sure. I think feedback is good in anything that you do. But I've always said I pick up most of my knowledge sitting around a table, eating with some guys, or having that one-on-one conversation. Like, I got to meet Ivan, known as Mr. Bubbles. We chatted a lot. We exchanged numbers. We talked on the phone since then. So the conversation that me and him had, just me and Mr. Bubbles, was worth me going to the Huge, outside of everything else that I took away. So more or less that made it great for me. I always go for the fellowship, the communion, and hanging out and seeing my friends. I love it. I mean, I would go just for that, but that's me. Yeah, shop talk. You're right. That's
Mhm.
exactly right. You get the it's just like when you're at the barbershop, you know how it is. I mean, you pick up so much on stuff like that.
Yeah. If those guys are willing to share. Now, I don't know who it was, Jeremy, that said that about the selling. I wish they
There's
wouldn't
been
sell.
several people say that.
Yeah. Yeah, here it is. Let me just throw this back up here.
That's better.
So, yeah, I think what we're asking there, Lynchburg Pro Wash, is indirectly we're asking that the everyday washer come and give and speak. Because when you're asking keynote speakers and you're asking people who do this for a living to come and speak, either the huge has to pay them some huge uh, salary to do that, or they let them come at their own dime, on their own dime, and then hopefully sell something. In other words, the way that these guys actually get paid for what they're doing is it's a huge gamble for them. And I'm sure that the huge doesn't have the kind of money to just pay these guys the thousands of dollars that they could potentially get. For instance, real quickly, and I'll move on. Howard Partridge, uh, the five phenomenal secrets of a phenomenal business. He's with Zig Ziglar. So if you know who Zig Ziglar is, he in his time was he's the guru of motivational speakers. Howard Partridge is the real deal. He just really is. He's the real deal. He does this for a living. He's a multimillionaire. He has staff under staff under staff. Here's the thing. His pitch was he's a coach. He is a business coach. And his small coaching tier or package was $12,000 a month. So at the end, he said, he said, I'm hoping you'll sign up. $12,000. He's worth every penny. He's worth every penny. So now here's the thing: there were I know of at least one, but possibly others who signed up on the spot. So he got $12,000 to speak the other day. To speak, the huge can't pay him that. So he has to pitch something in order to get paid to make it worth his while.
Well, in fact, I don't know if this is if you knew this, but uh, somehow I had ended up with a link to register to apply to be a speaker.
Mm-hmm.
And in that application, applying to be a speaker, you get there's questions and you have to answer these questions, but there's also like a bubble you can click and you can I don't want to say it's a donation, but it's like you can pay the speaker can pay a fee to be a speaker, and it's like it's in the thousands of dollars. Okay, I don't remember off the top of my head exactly what that number is.
Right.
Somewhere between $1,000 and $5,000 to be a speaker. So some of these speakers are even paying to be a speaker at this place. So they're probably, and I get it. They're trying to sell because they're probably trying to recoup some of that money.
Right.
I get it. But it doesn't mean it doesn't get aggravating for
Yeah.
those
That's
of
right.
us that are there to experience and grow and take something away. And I love what I loved about Wesley is he started his speech off. He's like, "Hey, I'm a normal dude. I run a pressure washing company in Atlanta, and I have nothing to sell you.
Yeah.
There's no QR codes." I loved it.
Yeah.
But I think someone had said, I don't even remember where this is at now. Patrick said this, and that's what I'm talking about is those dinner table discussions, the shop talk. Like that's where it's at. That's where it's at right there. And I really think that's how the Huge started out 20-some years ago, or whenever that was. A round table. It was a round table discussion.
You still have to have a moderator of sorts, someone who's facilitating the class, the workshop, the roundtable, so that it isn't a free fall of guys saying, here's what I would do, here's what I would do, here's what I do. You got to have a subject, you got to have a topic, you got to have bullet points and some sort of a pattern so that everyone's on the same page. That ultimately turns into a classroom. This person, by the way, has to study and do all of his or her research and make this worth everyone's while. And that at some point has so much value to it that this person should be compensated. And if they're not going to be compensated, then they have to sell something to be compensated. All of that is correct. And everything anybody says is in the comments is probably correct. So I know this. I don't want to be in charge of the huge. Here's what it would be. The huge, the worst show ever. The worst.
I've got an idea now. I've got an idea. So, saying all that to say this, Mike, would you go again? Will you go again?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go.
Dave's asking. I'll be there next year. I'm going back. I didn't know I'm going back because I've already told you I go for the fellowship and the communion with friends and like-minded washers. I will pick something up from there that I will bring back and use because every year that I've went and I've come back, my business has grown. Yeah. It's real world numbers. It has grown. So undoubtedly, I know it's going to grow again this year.
Yeah. The question is, would you go again? Yeah. So yes. And I'm going to tell you why. And hear me out when I say this. It doesn't cost me anything to go. Hold on. Let me explain. I forked out, Jeremy. I don't know. What did you fork out? I forked out a couple of grand at least. We're talking food, travel.
Are we talking about the equipment we buy?
Yeah, no doubt. But all
I bought a $3,000 skid.
Yeah.
I spent a little bit more than you probably.
You can plan on a $2,000 bill if you're going to go to the huge, at least. Okay. And that's not buying anything.
The room for 4 nights, I stayed one extra night than Mike. It was 12, just say $1,300. That's to stay on the grounds. That's with the parking. But hear me out. I don't have to leave. I don't have to get up early. You're going to pay for parking whether you're staying there or not because you're getting coming in unless you're Ubering in. But you're there. Mm-hmm. And to me, I'm all about convenience.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sorry.
So that's okay. So when I said that it was free for me, that I don't pay anything, what I mean by that is last year was my first time. What I learned last year, I came back and implemented. That made me far more than $2,000. And education does not have an expiration date. It doesn't have a shelf life. So every year that I utilize what I learned in that first year, it continues to pay for itself over. Like in 10 years, I can still go to the huge for free on what I learned the first year if I continue to implement that. And what I learned this year, I won't know if it's going to pay off or not until I implement it. But based upon what I learned last year and implemented, it will most definitely pay for it. What I learned this year, Jeremy, in one takeaway, which was on referrals, how to build a referral system. I took a class, and within the framework of that class, we were taught how to build a proper referral system for our business. If I implement that, gold. Yeah. $2,000 is a drop in the bucket. So was it worth it? Yes, it was worth it.
Let's just hypothetically say that's less than that's less than 8 or 10 house washes. Speaking of those numbers, if you get 8 or 10 referrals,
That's it.
it's paid for itself. And who knows how long that keeps going.
It's indefinite. It does not have a shelf life.
Yeah.
And so, Jeremy, I think sometimes, and here's another takeaway. Can I give you another takeaway? I believe it was Harold Partridge, and it may have been someone else that said, stop saying the word money and stop saying the word cost. So when the customer says, well, how much is this going to cost? You don't come back and say, well, it's going to cost $1,200. Replace the word cost with the word investment. So, well, we have 3 different tiers that will for your investment. We have A, B, or C. Which investment do you want? You see. And so if we'll take that same mindset into how much the huge costs, instead of saying, was it worth it in terms of was the price worth the ROI, instead say, was the experience worth the investment? Because when you think about it in terms of investment, how about when we start all over? When you think about it in terms of cost, you're sitting there in the class saying, come on, give me something. Come on. You're not making it worth my while because I've spent $2,000. You got to give me something. But when you think of it in terms of an investment, you've got the work to do. I'm going to get this. Sir, say that again. Could you repeat yourself? I've got to get this. Man, when you think of it as an investment, you're taking snapshots of every screenshot that they have on every picture they have on the screen. You're going up to the instructor afterwards saying, can I get that QR code once again? Do you have a book? I'll buy it. You see what I'm saying? But when you think of it in terms of cost, you're mad at the instructor. When you think of it as an investment, you're mad at yourself for not working hard enough to get what you needed out of the class. To me, that's the difference.
You're absolutely right.
Fresh fire. That's what I'm talking about.
Fresh fire, baby. I like it. I like it. I got something I'm going to pull up here in just a minute. I'm trying to get this saved. Okay. How can I do that? I'm lost in the comments. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
I keep forgetting which side my hair goes. Okay, I'm sorry. I should have been.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Yeah. Yeah. Well, look here. Another difference in possibilities. Oh, thanks, Lodge. Appreciate it. See, this is why I go. This right here. It was my pleasure to meet you guys. I had a great time. Yep. That's what it's about to me. That's what it's about. Oh, Gage, I got your message. I promise I'll message you back. It's been busy today. My apologies.
The takeaway value from these conventions can boost morale and drive your drive. Ooh, drive your drive. I like that. There can definitely be value in that. Nothing wrong with feeling good about your business after an event. Well, I'll tell you this. I learned so much about referral systems. My hair's all messed up. Now, I don't know which side I'm supposed to put it on. I forget. I learned so much about referral systems that I had a 5-hour drive from Tennessee to Virginia. And I was just YouTubing it all the way. Referrals. And then 7-hour drive from Virginia to Ohio. And what am I doing? Referrals. I'm just YouTubing it to get more meat. That's how excited I was when I left. So yeah, it's going to pay off. It just is if I implement it.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to click that yet. How can I get that comment off there, Mike, you had on there?
Oh, I'll take it off.
Here we go.
Okay.
So everyone's talking about hands-on, talking about uh, actual concrete demos, walls, cleaning. Trudy's putting on, look here, guys, this free training event by Panhandle in Panama City Beach. 2 days. It's free. This is her third year doing it. She's got a slew of vendors that's going to be there. Lots of guys and gals are going. I think if you're wanting that sense of some real, actual power washing, pressure washing, soft washing, hands on, networking, training, shaking hands, making friends, and doing stuff and actually learning what I think a lot of us are probably looking for, this is where you need to be.
Hmm.
She's not asked me to say this. She's not said anything about it, but we've spoke about it. I would love to go. I would really love to go, and I am going to try to go. But as you know, I'm trying to do Christmas lights, and that's right there. That'd be about a 3-day window for me that I would have to miss on that right there. But I'm looking forward to potentially going. So I'd urge you, uh, you know, pressure washing's gets slow for a lot of us in that time frame, to maybe consider going to there. It's free. You just got to pay for the hotel. That's it. So I just want to throw that out there. If you don't know who Trudy is, look her up. She's amazing. She's
Mhm.
she is really a good person and someone that's nice to have a friendship with and acquaintance with. Her knowledge is she's been in the business for years. So I'll stop that there. But yeah, so maybe we should plan a Gatlinburg meetup this winter, according to my COO here. Anyways, I don't
CEO,
really know what that looks like.
chief event organizer.
Yeah, she's my CEO. Yeah,
That was quick.
yeah. She she's always about a trip to Gatlinburg, and there's a lot of places in Gatlinburg. You know, if 10 or 15 people want to meet up, we could probably make something happen.
Yep. Yep.
Just saying. If you're really interested in it, shoot me a message.
What about Jeremy? I'm just throwing this out here. What about some sort of a thing in maybe Lexington?
Oh, here we
Okay.
go. Look her. She's on here. Trudy.
Oh,
Just
Trudy, I just sent you a text, young lady. I
yeah.
just sent you a text.
Yeah. Um where were we going at with that? I'm trying to
Sorry.
listen to see what's going on. Um
A lot of guys saying they're up for Gatlinburg.
yeah.
Mm.
I'm dead serious. We could really maybe look at something this winter. Maybe in the dead of winter in Gatlinburg. Uh possibly even in Lexington. That'd be central to me and Mike. Uh, kind of in the middle. So hmm, look here, my good buddy Nathan, Bluegrass Soft Wash and Christmas Lights. It's getting a shop, so maybe there we go.
Nice.
Maybe see what we're in. But yeah,
Yep.
but Gatlinburg would be fun. We could make a weekend out of it. Uh, we just kind of figure out how to get that lined up and somewhere where we can meet. And I'm dead serious. If you don't have me on Facebook, find me on Facebook. Uh, I'll see if I can get my link because I'm dead serious about it, and I think Mike is too. How do I find this? Oh, here it is. I am going to share my Facebook in the comment section for YouTube. If you're on YouTube, find me there on that. And if you're on Facebook, then you've already found me. So here we go. Yeah, Lexington. Don't tempt me with a good time. Dave, I know you're down. Well,
All right.
any other takeaways? Any other takeaways? I got one.
Okay. I'm all ears.
If you're going to Nashville, you got to eat at the American Food Hall. Is that what it's called? Tell you guys.
What? Something Hall.
It's American Food Hall, I think, right?
Oh my
AFH.
God. It was phenomenal.
Yeah. I think that's what it's called.
Imagine the mall food court, but classy, but hearty. It was hearty food, right? On steroids.
It was very modern. Yeah, it definitely on steroids, like double dose. I bet you there was 25 places to choose from. It felt like that to me. I don't know if there's really 25, more than that. But I guarantee there's probably more than that. I'm talking, I had absolute amazing barbecue. Oh, it was amazing. The sausage, the brisket, the pork. Oh.
Now keep in mind, a lot of you didn't know this about me, but I am a connoisseur of chicken sandwiches. And I will tell you that Chick-fil-A is not on my list, not because they're not edible, but I'm talking like I know a chicken sandwich. And this place, I don't remember the name of the place, inside
Assembly Food Hall.
Assembly Food Hall, that's what it was.
I knew this guy would know it.
Of course. Oh God. Man, living. He had, it was just I was like, dude, you got to calm down. He can't even talk. Anyways, he and I both ate at the same place. That chicken sandwich was the cat's meow. It was good. It was the chicken's cluck. That's what it was. Not the cat's meow. He said, I like your groceries. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. That's funny.
All right. Are we out of here? About that time?
Yeah, I think so. I think all hearts are clear, and all hearts and minds are clear.
We have the best time in this room.
I don't want to leave.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't watch these. There are other guys who have them, but I just can't stay in. I don't know. I can't stay focused long enough. But we have the best, most dedicated people in this room, and I'm blown away that every week. Popeyes, Keith Pickens. Let me tell you something, my friend. Popeyes has the best chicken sandwich. The number 3 combo. Let me just throw this up here. I don't know if I'll be able to pray after this one. He says Popeyes has
your turn.
Chicken sandwich. If you listen, Popeyes has the best, and it's the number 3 combo, spicy, and I would encourage you to get the rice and beans, but their mac and cheese is off the hook, and their mashed potatoes and gravy. Whoa.
Halfway hell.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm telling you now, Popeyes. I'm getting hungry. All right, let's erase that one. For I gotta pray. Yeah, their fries are good. Yeah, their fries are good there, Nathan. But I like the stuff I can't get anywhere else.
Oh.
Well, Jeremy, I want you to know I like the Washpreneur. I like that.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do. I like that. I didn't even see it until someone called you out on it.
I've been sitting on.
Yeah. Listen, Colonel, I get it. I like Bojangles. They might have the best mac and cheese, but not the chicken sandwiches. Have you even had, Colonel, do you even know Popeye's chicken? Get that Bojangles out of here. Come on.
I've been trying to say, I've been sitting on this washpreneur for about a year now. I've just never.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
I've had it for a while.
All right. We're going to pray for Mike. We're also going to pray for Scott. He's got some decisions to make on that roof cleaning job. Keith Pickens or throw some prayer hands up there. Trudy wants us to pray for her mac and cheese.
Hey Trudy, I'm gonna be down at Fort Walton here in about October 20th. You got any of that mac and cheese? I come to the shop. Love to.
All right. We're gonna pray. Sound good?
Go ahead. Perfect.
Let me take that out off the. All right. Here we go. Father in heaven, we come to you in the name of Jesus. We thank you for another wonderful and successful podcast. A bunch of guys and gals just gathering together. What an amazing thing that you have it within your plan that electronics and technology allows us to gather together. Otherwise, this would not be a possibility. Certainly not every week, not the way that we do it. So we want to thank you for the possibility of gathering every week and talking about something that we just all hold near and dear, and that is pressure washing. I pray for Michael Lau as he's struggling with his business and he needs a kickstart, not just his business, but his mentality behind it. We pray, Lord, that even now that you would give him a new spirit that would overcome this burnout, whatever that it is, situation that he's in, and you'd give him a new drive and new ambition, new excitement for his business. And then I pray for Scott as he's going to be tackling this roof job, or he has to make a decision if he's going to do it. Lord, we praise you in advance for what you're going to do there. You are the God who can overcome all of these things. And so we give you praise for that. Then, Father, so many of us are seeing a lull in our businesses. We need more phone calls. So we pray, Lord, that you would put it on the hearts of people to call these the people who are in this room tonight to get more phone calls. We pray for that. And we don't feel selfish by praying for that, because you said that we have not because we ask not. So tonight, Lord, we're asking, Lord, that you put it upon the hearts of people in our Wash area to pick up that phone and call us, that we could provide even greater for our families, our churches, our communities, and so on. And we ask all this in the name of Jesus. Amen. Amen. God bless you all.
Yes. Appreciate you guys. I had fun tonight. Look forward to it.
Always a blessing. Always a fun time.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. We'll catch you guys next week.
Next Wednesday.
Same Wash channel, same Wash time.
That's it.